How does this creative team pull it off every single time? Let's take a look at Arc 3 of Season 2, shall we? You know what to do if you enjoy this video. It's BBY2 and Yavin is getting organized. What fun! It seems like the base is still under construction, so the rebels will have to make do with tents for now. Cassian and Bix have a nice hut though. That's pretty neat. The only problem is that our hero hurt his shoulder. What happened? I guess we'll find out later. At least Wilmon is here. They start arguing for a bit because Luthen is looking for them. Then again, the rebels need a real army. Over on Gorman, One Empire News talks about a bunch of terrorist attacks and the ensuing backlash. We'll get back to that later. Wilmon is working on Gorman. He knows about Dedra and her role.
She keeps winning. You know she has to be stopped.
That's understandable. What's going to come of it, though? Dedra gets the green light. There is no alternative to Calkite, so the Empire is pushing forward in 48 hours. Cyril is asking questions. Dedra calms him down rather poorly.
We'll be back in Coruscant. We'll be together. We'll be rewarded.
I know, but okay. What's going on in the Senate? The driver's probing. Great. More supposed terrorist attacks on Gorman. How can this get any worse? Their senator is starting to lose hope. Of course, nothing can really be done here. It's only a matter of time. Caro seems to still be in favor of peaceful resistance. I'm not sure how that can be, but something feels off. Back on Yavin, there's a woman who is laying some hands. Bix thinks that she's a force healer.
You just run around pretending like nothing's wrong and everyone knows it's not true. What's the risk?
In this universe, that's a fair point. In ours, not so much. Oh, she's coming over. This woman seems to barely understand her powers. Bix is a believer though, and we get a bit of foreshadowing.
He's a messenger. There's some place he needs to be.
This offers great insight into how the average person sees the Force. In the absence of a formal structure like the Jedi, it becomes something strange. Maybe unexplainable. Cyril meets with La Resistance. He's actually trying to help them, but gets a slap in the face. Great. Oh, the blaster burn is in much better shape. Huh.
What happened when she touched you?
Where's this going? And I mean that in a good way.
I don't know. I don't even think she knows. But it happened, and I could sense it, and I'm not afraid to say that.
Wait, is Bix Force sensitive? I wonder where they'll go with that. General Draven is here. He tries to dissuade Cassian and Wilmon, but it doesn't quite work. They have to go. Meanwhile, the Empire is sending fresh cadets over to Gorman. Dedra doesn't like it. Wilmon doesn't want to fly casual either. Vel and Bix talk it out. The senior commanders need Cassian to stick around, so they want Bix to figure it out.
He'll be there when you need him.
Okay, fair enough. Wilmon shares some basic intel on Dedra's whereabouts. It isn't going to be easy. The bellhop got promoted. Cassian seems to think that he's a rebel sympathizer, which makes sense. What's going on with Wilmon? Well, he has the comms. That works. Cassian snuck a rifle in? Good. He has his eyes on the imps across the way, but there's a huge problem. Stormtroopers are perched right above his room. What is he supposed to do? I want to know what happens in episode 8. Cassian fiddles with his rifle. Soon after that, he notices that the imps are putting up barricades. What are they up to? Scratch that for a second. What is Wilmon up to? The man has great taste. The Empire is opening the plaza. There's a massive trap afoot. Why is Wilmon just sitting there when he knows the truth, though? Dedra reports in once again. She's wondering how to proceed, so Partagaz tells her to direct all of her attention to the locals. The Resistance is arming up, and it seems like the media is doing most of the work for Dedra anyway. Cyril has been ordered to safety. A massive protest is incoming, so that makes sense. Caro smells a trap. Enza wants to go ahead with the march anyway. This is going to end very badly. Cyril defends himself against Caro, but gets rattled by the truth. This nightmare is going to explode. Luckily, Cassian's new friend didn't do any paperwork.
Rebellions are built on hope.
That sounds awfully familiar. Cassian and Cyril are in the same place. Oh boy. Wilmon tries to link up. The comms are bad, but Dedra's in sight. What is Cyril going to do? The media's painting this protest as an insurrection, huh? I guess that, Cyril is getting shuffled off to nowhere. Why is that one KX droid still looking at him? The Empire is going to shutter the entire plaza? Oh no. Well, at least Wilmon and Drina seem to care about each other. The imps want to march the new recruits out there? What the hell is going on? The front is passing out weapons, and then the Gore starts singing their anthem. They're all boned, aren't they? Cyril got to Dedra? Oh boy.
How long have you known about all this?
Oh, he's actually choking her. Dedra reveals the truth, and it seems a little seductive.
We wanted to be together. You didn't seem to mind the promotions.
I knew it! That's not what this is about, but still. Cyril feels complicit, so he just walks out. The Green Imps do as well. What is going on here? Dedra cares enough to try and stop Cyril. That is going to backfire. Hard. The comms are still spotty. The Gorman are throwing things, but that's not enough, is it?
Proceed.
There are snipers on the rooftops. One of them shoots his own and all hell breaks loose. Okay, they're finding cover and returning fire. It's not enough. Oh no. By sheer accident, Ensa is left at the mercy of a KX. It ends her life with one fling. So, how does it feel, Cyril? This is what you really are. A well-placed bomb should help a little bit. Then again, Cyril spots Cassian. The two of them fight it out in a pretty Bourne-esque way and... How can this get any worse? Cyril has Cassian in his sights. There's just one problem.
Who are you?
I want every man watching this to pay very close attention. This is actually one possible future staring right at you in the mirror. If you refuse to place your empathy and humanity above all, what exactly will stop you from turning into a guy like Cyril? He was a cog in a machine that chewed him up and spat him out. That is fascism. You're on the menu no matter what you think. Don't let the monsters put you there. Wilmon has to go look for Drina. It's only natural. Cassian wants to get the hell out of Dodge, though. There's a KX behind you! Run! They can't do anything to stop the monster, but someone can. At least he's trying. That's all someone can ask. Cassian has to leave. I'm sure that Wilmon will follow soon enough. The droid is coming with him? Oh! Drina is broadcasting the true horror of what is going on, but nothing can be done. Not yet, anyway. At least she and Wilmon are safe for now. What about Dedra? She has to choke back an emotional breakdown. It's what a zombified husk of a woman would do, right?
Even as Imperial security forces are still assessing casualties.
Oh, shut up! How does it feel, Edie? You completely failed your only son, and now he's dead. The fallout from this nightmare is going to be cataclysmic. What's next? Something is happening in the Senate. The gentleman from Gorman is under arrest for, reasons. Mon wants to speak out against the Empire and leave, but Bale doesn't think he can go anywhere. After all, Yavin isn't ready to go yet, which makes sense. Ah, Clay is making a fake ID for Cassian's journalist cover.
I'm not coming back. I'm done after this.
Oh, this is hitting too hard?
You're tired. It's too much. It's too hard.
If there was ever a time to man and woman up, it's here and now.
I need to start making my own decisions.
I thought that's what we were fighting for.
Absolutely correct. Erskine found a bug. Mon has to buy some time, so she crushes it and heads out to the plaza. Well, Luthen is here and wait, Erskine works for him? Okay, that makes sense. Mon is letting paranoia get to her, but the spy master points out that Bale's extraction team is compromised. Oh, she's afraid of Luthen because of what happened to Tay? She doesn't really have a choice, does she? The Imperial Council ordered surveillance on potential opposition, huh? I mean, they are evil, so that should have been expected. Mon feels betrayed because Erskine protected her up to this point.
You're dismissed.
Immediately.
I get it, but why? Well, Cassian showed up. That's half the battle already. Luthen has to stay behind. There isn't much tying him to Mon, so that could work out. They are all nervous about Mon's possible arrest. Caloris checks in with the ISB. He doesn't know anything, so it's go time. There are 3 no-names that we have to pay attention to? Cassian checks in as a journalist.
You'll have to float this morning. That's the best I can do today.
Right. The 3 randoms are Bale's extraction team. Which one is the ISB mole? But first, Bale has some words of wisdom.
Tear the shit out of this place.
Nice. As the other senators jack themselves silly over the false flag, the 2 teams move into position. It's her. What is she? Bale invokes some rules nonsense to get Mon on the floor. The ISB wants to shut everything down because they can see what's coming. Mon starts off by recounting her time in the Senate. Meanwhile, Erskine makes the other team.
I believe we are in crisis.
What are they doing?
The distance between what is said
Shut it down.
and what is known to be true has become an abyss.
Sing it! The imps can't shut you down yet!
Of all the things at risk, the loss of an objective reality is perhaps the most dangerous.
This is really disturbing.
What happened yesterday on Gorman was unprovoked genocide. Yes, genocide. And that truth has been exiled from this chamber.
The other senators are getting pissy at the truth, which only proves Mon's point.
The monster who will come for us all soon enough is Emperor Palpatine.
Time to get Mon out of there.
I have friends everywhere.
We already know that there's no other way. Erskine is here at least.
Stand down, everyone!
Oh nuts, how are they going to...
She's a rebel spy!
That's actually pretty clever. Naturally, Cassian doesn't trust the other member of Bale's team. They have to move. Yep, the building is going into lockdown. They'll block off the main entrances first.
They killed Young's agent.
I love how this show doesn't treat its viewers as stupid. Cloris is getting in the way.
We found her! And who are you?
Pause. That is fantastic acting from Genevieve O'Reilly. Cassian and Mon are away. That'll do for now. Melshi made it to Yavin? Cool. Okay, what are the rebels supposed to do now? Oh hey, Wilmon and Drina made it to Coruscant too. Of course, the show must align with Star Wars Rebels, so Cassian has to leave without Mon.
I'm not sure how to thank you.
Make it worth it.
They aren't going to repeat the Rebels speech. That's because this show needs to focus on actual characterization. Cassian begs Bix to get out with him. While it is understandable, our leading lady is obviously not inclined. In fact, she has to leave him for a while.
We have to win. We have to beat them. And I believe you have purpose in making that happen. I need to believe that.
Even if they were to run away together, they would never be free. On the plus side, Cassian has a new friend on the way. Charge it up!
Hello. If I've offended you, I apologize. If not, I'd appreciate you pointing that elsewhere.
Although it all comes down to the last arc, Andor has already taken its place among the greatest sci-fi shows ever made. This portion of the production proves it in spades, and it does so through the lens of hope and tragedy. The Gorman Massacre is a true horror that changes the nature of the Empire. Sure, the movies show off quite a few atrocities, but they aren't this down-to-earth, brutal, and uncompromising. We've sat with these people for several hours. We know them. How could we not feel at least a little shocked when they're gone in an instant? Of course, the romance plays a key role as well. It's interesting to see that Wilmon found someone. However, Cyril and Dedra are the key highlight as always. The destruction of their relationship feels like a brutal twist on Anakin and Padme. Cyril could have been a man and stood for something. He chose not to. While we know that two women are partly to blame for that, he ultimately failed himself. And yes, the show should be applauded for daring to center Episode 9 around the political fallout. While the West isn't as far gone as the Empire, I feel that Mon Mothma's speech will echo across time as a warning. Truth and reason must be defended from all aggression, no matter what it takes. If we fail to do that, it's the first step towards collapse. I'm genuinely hoping that Andor sticks the landing. I'll see you next time.